World's Dumbest Criminals version 1,447,000 in northern Australia today. Surveillance video shows a masked man lighting an explosive while trying to break into an ATM. Within seconds, it exploded and threw him, really, honestly, that's what you're trying. He ran from the scene barefoot without getting any money out.
I didn't realize you were keeping a tally.
Yeah,
it's going high,
man. It continues, exponentially increases every day.
Gail, if you're watching on vacation, this is what Gail would say. That is stupid with 2 O's.
I love it.
Exactly what that is. All right, welcome back to CBS This Morning. Coming up in this half hour, violent weather is one of the greatest dangers for any pilot. It may explain the crash of Air Asia Flight 8501. We'll show you how bad weather was involved in other accidents and how pilots and airlines make plans to deal with it.
Plus, President Obama apologizes to a newly married couple. We'll show you how his golf game in Hawaii affected the greatest moment of their lives. That's ahead.
But first, time to show you some of this morning's headlines from around the globe. The Wall Street Journal says FedEx and UPS got back on time this holiday. The company set a 98% delivery rate for express packages on Christmas Eve. Last year, FedEx's on-time rate was 90%. UPS was 83% during winter storms. This year, the delivery giant spent millions of dollars to upgrade logistical networks and hired tens of thousands of seasonal workers.
Bloomberg says oil fell to a 5-year low. That's based on the predictions the global supply glut will continue through the first half of the new year. On Monday, the U.S. benchmark for crude dropped to $53.61 a barrel. Gas prices dropped about 50 cents this month alone. GasBuddy.com says the average for regular is $2.26 a gallon.
The New York Times says burger chain Shake Shack is going public. On Monday, it filed for an IPO. Shake Shack says it could raise as much as $100 million through the sale of an undisclosed number of shares. It operates 63 restaurants around the world. And in case you're not from New York, you've never had a Shake Shack, where apparently it's the mixture of brisket and short rib. That's what they say makes the patty so much better.
They are delicious indeed.
Ground beef mix, very good stuff. The Hill says the 113th Congress narrowly avoids the title of least productive, largely thanks to ceremonial legislation like renaming buildings. The Pew Research Center says Congress passed 296 laws. That is 13 more than the 112th Congress, but fewer than any of the other previous 6 sessions. Pew says bills of substance are down 64% to the lowest level in 14 years.
Louisville's Courier-Journal says Kentucky is suing the maker of OxyContin. It could lead to the first ever jury trial for Purdue Pharma over the pain pills. The state blames aggressive and deceptive marketing by the company for widespread abuse. Lawyers for Purdue warn a loss in court could be ruinous and cost more than $1 billion.
And the Sydney Herald looks at a lucky Indonesian family who missed the doomed Air Asia flight. The 10-member extended clan says they didn't receive messages that the plane would depart early. They are among 26 people who didn't show up for Flight 8501, including 3 infants. It's interesting, too, because this family said they were in 2 cars. Men were in one car, women were in the other car, and the women were running late, so the men sort of said, we're going to miss this flight. Oh, well, let's just surrender to it.
That story gives me the chills about when something like that happens.